Oh, hey guys, welcome to a very different episode of Tech Tips. Today, obviously, we're not filming inside of the studio, but inside of my car. We're going to cover what kind of tech and gadgets I have when I'm driving around town out and about.
Office 365. Get work done anytime, anywhere, and on any device. In addition to 1 terabyte of OneDrive storage, also receive 60 Skype World Minutes per month to over 60 countries.
So, most people have their cigarette USB lighters, their auxiliary cables for their MP3, their Bluetooth adapters for their phone calls and whatnot. But as a person who's really into gadgets and tech, what kind of gadgets and tech do I have in my vehicle of choice? Let's take a look. So first up, we have my cell phone holder. It is a universal grip it from Bracketron. Now it also has these clamps for the phone. All you have to do is give it a light squeeze, and because of the thick foam padding here, the phone isn't going anywhere, especially over bumpy roads. To release it, just click the button once and it's good to go. Now the cell phone holder does support phones up to 4.5 inches in width, so no matter what you have, even if it's a iPod Touch, it's pretty much universal, like I said. And the nice thing about it is you can adjust the angle, the viewing angle, and you can actually have it either, so you can adjust the angle of the position and also in landscape or portrait. So that's always nice to have, just so you're not fumbling around with your phone while you're driving and then you get pulled over by the cops. Not that I have any experience with that. So next up is my portable battery bank. This one is a 10,400 milliamp hour battery bank that I keep in my center console right here. Now some of you might be asking, but Jack, why don't you just use a cigarette USB lighter? Well, that's a very good question, viewer. It's because if I'm driving people around, it's not always the best having a USB charger here and then the cable's not long enough to, get to the people in the back. And then I end up having a whole bunch of devices just sitting in my cup holder like that. So where will I keep my Slurpee? This is where the battery bank comes in very handy, because you can just give it to the person in the back and they're all set. Plus, it also has 2 charging ports, so you can do 2 devices at once. One is 2.1 amps and one is 1 amp. Speaking of charging cables, however, I don't discriminate. I have all the cables you would probably ever need. Mini USB, we have micro USB, and even iOS 30-pin. I don't have a lightning connector just yet, but hey, I don't discriminate. If you need a fix, I got you. Now, where I actually store my power bank is in the center console, where I have one of where I have one of 2 of my flashlights that I keep in my car, just because 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Now, this smaller one that I keep in the center console is just a cheap one I got off eBay. It's got like 9 LEDs. But this bad boy right here is a 4/7 Quark AA squared. It basically takes 2 AA's. And it's like super bright, if I can do that on camera. And like, you just never know when you need a flashlight handy. So I always keep at least 1 at all times in my car. And finally, the newest addition to my vehicle is my dash cam. This is the DoD LS430W. Now, just a little backstory. I have tried using our GoPro Hero 3 as a dash cam for a little bit, but the daytime footage was all right. Don't get me wrong, in 1080p and everything with the fisheye lens. But at nighttime is kind of where the GoPro doesn't do as well. With the 430W, it actually has a lot better, it has a nicer camera in it. And not only that, there's a nice little save feature that if something does happen, you hit the save button and it records it right away. Another thing that's really nice with the LS430, with Vancouver weather, it's very schizophrenic. It could be cloudy, it could be foggy, it could be rainy, it could be sunny, all in one day. It actually does well in all those situations. And like I said, at nighttime, it does even better. Everything's nice and clear. It records at 1080p. And this particular unit, while it might be a bit more expensive than the others out on the market, it does have a built-in GPS sensor, meaning you can actually get speed readouts, so you can keep in the speed limit. Not that I drive really fast, no. And not only that, and if you install the include software, you can actually see the route on the GPS, and it's got like a little app that shows Google Map where you actually made certain turns, how fast you were going on that specific road, when you stopped, when you slowed down. So it's actually pretty cool, and it will actually be really helpful if you sort of get into an accident, or if you're telling a story about how a bus driver pulled over once, put on a hazards, and went into the KFC to buy some chicken and held up everybody, and no one believed you. But if you can catch it on the camera, it's actually a pretty funny story. But one thing I will say besides the price is that the LS430W does have a microphone. So if you like to sing in your car like I do, just don't sing if you're gonna get into an accident. It just picks up everything really well. Sometimes I'm reviewing footage and I can actually hear myself singing, and I actually don't realize it at the time. But when you review the footage, it's actually pretty embarrassing. So dash cams, they're mostly great for getting stuff on camera, but not so much if you're having a karaoke session in your car. And there you have it, guys. Just a quick summary of what kind of tech and gadgets I have in my car. Would you guys actually like to see more of these types of episodes? Should we pick someone else on the team to do next? What do you have in your car that you can't live without? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this from NCIX.